Hey guys, and welcome to episode number 12 of my Out of the Park Baseball 21 series as the Chicago Cubs. And as a quick reminder, our last game was game 4 of the National League Division Series against the New York Mets, and we came out of that game victorious 4-0. Let's take a quick look at the box score again. I'm not going to go through it all again, but you can see here Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 1/3 shutout innings, gave up 1 hit, no walks, struck out 6. Chris Sale, Dellin Betances, and Caleb Ferguson came on to shut the door for the last 2 2/3, which sends us to a game 5 where we will face Jacob deGrom. So just really quickly, you see Eduardo Rodriguez, he was injured in that game, left with hamstring soreness, not serious, so he will be back assuming we make it out of this. So again, we're going to play this game, and if we win, we will go on to the National League Championship Series, and then we will sim ahead there until we get to an elimination game, either us or our opposition. If we lose, we are going to move into the off season, and we'll run through the off season tonight. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to jump right into game number 5. Eventually. Oh, it's got to load the road and home uniforms since we're now playing in Chicago. Right. Okay, so we are going to be going up against Jacob deGrom. Grom on the season, 13-9, 3.26 ERA, 234 innings pitched, 284 strikeouts, 7.8 WAR, his 5th straight season, leading the National League in WAR. So we are facing the National League's best pitcher in a do-or-die game. Wonderful. So we are going to start Happ, Hazley, Bryant, Baez, Trammell, Bell, Taylor, Amaya, and we are going to go with Sonny Gray, who, if you remember from last episode, didn't make it out of inning number 2 in that first game. So let's hope for better things here. Mets are going to be going with Jimenez, Basabe, McNeil, Alonso, Davis, Marsh, Rosario, and Sanchez, the same lineup that they went with in game 4. So let's go ahead and get this one started, shall we? Did my computer just crash? No, it didn't. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's get to it as game number 5 is in Chicago. So we will allow the Mets to hit first. So Andre Jimenez comes up against Sonny Gray. The 1-0 pitch as we go through the initial play-by-play graphics there always take a little bit longer. Here comes the pitch. And Jimenez hits a pop-up on the infield, caught there by Bryant. 1 up, 1 down. Basabe, 158 in the postseason. 0-2 pitch from Gray is hit out to left field. Taylor is going to settle underneath it and make the catch. 2 down. Jeff McNeil up third here for the Mets. And he's going to take that one inside for a walk. And here comes Pete Alonso, the big bat in the Mets lineup. Although he is only hitting 118 here in the postseason, he's got a couple of home runs. 3-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strikes him out. All right, guys, you know what? My computer is running awfully slow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game. I'm going to exit out. I'm going to reboot, and we'll come back with the rest of this game. So hang tight, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I think this is hopefully going to be better. If you hear any background noise in this video, I apologize. My wife is making masks actually for some of my employees as well as obviously our family. So that would be the sewing machine that you would hear. Hasn't started yet, but you may hear it, and we're only a room apart. So that's what you get. So we are back, bottom of the first. Ian Happ leading off against DeGrom. Pitch is grounded back to DeGrom for the out. Adam Hazley, 3-2 pitch. Is hit out to center field. Catch is going to be made out there by Marsh. And Chris Bryant now. Strike three. 3 up, 3 down for each pitcher in the first. So Sonny Gray taking on... Actually, I take that back. Sonny Gray walked McNeil in the first. So eyes up against the 5-hitter J.D. Davis, who's hitting $125 in the postseason. Ground ball to Bryant. 1 down. Marsh up now. Swinging at the first pitch. Bunt. And Gray holds onto the ball, and obviously the animation there doesn't match what happened on the field as Gray just grabbed the ball and then just stood there for 3 seconds. So base hit for Marsh. 1-0 pitch now. Marsh is going to steal second. So Rosario comes up. Ahmed Rosario, 235 in the postseason with a couple runs knocked in. Now is an opportunity to give the Mets the lead. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. All right, so what do we do here? Sanchez, I think we're not going to take any chances. We're just going to walk him. And bring up DeGrom. And DeGrom, of course, DeGrom gets a base hit. Of course he does. Mets lead 1-0. Now, it's okay. That was the right call to make. Back to the top of the order. Fly ball out to left field. And Taylor will make the catch. Mets get a run. Lead 1-0. See if that's enough for DeGrom as Baez comes up now. Strike 3. Taylor Trammell. Fly ball out to center field, not very deep. Marsh makes the catch. 5 up, 5 down for the Cubs. And Josh Bell now. Batting lefty. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded there. 1-2-3 again. Sabe up. He is got a couple of home runs in the postseason, but he's only 3 for 20. Another bunt. This one right back to Gray. And this time Gray throws him out. McNeil, 2-1 pitch. Hit out to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So, man on first, 1 out for Pete Alonso. 2-2 pitch from Gray to Alonso. Strike 3. It's 3 strikeouts for Sonny Gray through 2 2/3. J.D. Davis. He grounded out last inning and strikes out this time. So Gray, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts through 3. DeGrom against Taylor. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Miguel Amaya up now. Had an RBI double in that game a couple days ago. This is a ground ball to the shortstop. Rosario throws him out. And Sonny Gray will bat for himself here. Ground ball to the right side, and Jimenez throws him out. So 3 perfect innings for DeGrom so far. Gray against Marsh, who had a bunt single and scored the only run of the game. Hits this one out to center field, and that's going to get over the head of the center fielder Hazley, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Marsh. So Marsh is 2 for 2. Rosario now. And it's a balk, of course. All right, so runner on third, nobody out. Infield is going to come in. Pitch to Rosario, 2-1 pitch. Is hit out to right field, base hit, 2-0 Mets. Oh boy. All right, so who do we get up? We got to go with Garcia. Sanchez intentionally walked in the second. Ground ball to short, 6 over to 4, over to 3, double play. That was needed for Gray. Here comes DeGrom, who has an RBI single. It's this one out to left field for the out. And the Mets pick up another run. So let's sit down Garcia. App comes up looking to be that first base runner. And he hits that one a ton out to right field, and it is gone. Home run, J.A. Happ cuts the lead in J.A. Happ. Ian Happ cuts the lead in half, and it's 2-1. Very nice. All right. Hazley now, 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Bryant hitting a .188. It's a second straight postseason. He's really struggled. He's got a couple of home runs, but only 3 for 16 at the plate. Make it 3 for 17 with another strikeout. And Javi Baez up now. Baez hits that one out to center field. Can of corn, as they say. And side is retired. So after 4, Cubs get on the board. 2-1 Mets. Gray faces Jimenez. Jimenez down to Bryan at third. Across the diamond for the out. Asabe now. 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. And we are going to get somebody up again. McNeil, 2-2 pitch. Grounded to first. Bell over to short. Back to first for the double play. Double play's been Sonny Gray's friend here, as a couple of them have gotten him out of some trouble here in the last couple of innings, and still trail. Can't really do much. I don't really have... There are no options. No one's getting on base, so I can't hit and run. I can't steal. Bramwell hits that one out to right field, and that's going to be out number 1. Josh Bell. Grounded to first. Alonso over to DeGrom. 2 up, 2 down. And Taylor now. 0-2 pitch to Chris Taylor. Grounded to short. And DeGrom is perfect again in the 5th. All right, so Gray comes back out for the 6th against Alonso. Out in front of the plate, and Amaya gets him for the out. Davis now. It's that one out to center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and that's going to do it for Gray. Bring in Garcia. Get through this inning here, hopefully. 3-2 pitch to Marsh, who's 2 for 2. And he strikes him out. Rosario now. 2-2 pitch to Rosario, grounded to short for the out. All right, so Garcia came in, did his job, but now we got to warm somebody else up. Mets have coming up. Righty, lefty, lefty, switch lefty. Righty. I think I'm going to go Lugo. I'm also going to go Sale. I might just bring... I think I'm just going to bring Sale in. Have him face Sanchez, DeGrom. Have him face a bunch of lefties. Amaya coming up now. 3-2 pitch. And that ball is flown out to left field, and it's not going to get down as Basabe makes the diving catch. All right, so DeGrom is a righty. Erwin Gonzalez. Going to swing at the first pitch and ground out to second. Back to the top of the order now. Happ, who homered in his last at bat. Grounds that one to second, and we go down in order again. All right, so coming in to start inning number 7 will be Sale. And we are going to get Lugo up just in case. If it gets to Alonso, then Sale will be out of the game. So here comes the 3-2 pitch to the catcher Sanchez. That ball's lined out into center field for a base hit. All right. So Sale gives up a leadoff single. DeGrom probably will be bunting here down the third base line. And Bryant goes over to second, barely gets Sanchez running there. Jimenez, 1-2 pitch to him, strike 3. Coming up now is Basabe. Sale with the 0-1 pitch to Basabe, and Basabe hits a line drive out to center field, and the catch is made by Hazley. He makes the diving catch, and Sale retires the side nicely. Probably going to bring him out to face McNeil to start the 8th. And I will do this. Caleb Ferguson. All right, so Adam Hazley looking to get something done here. Being 1 hit so far. Hazley to third. It's going to be an error as it gets by Alonso, and Hazley's going to go down into second. So I got a runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th, and the meat of the order coming up. Bryant, Baez, Trammell. So let's see what Chris can do here. 2-2 pitch from DeGrom. Grounded over to short. Doesn't advance the runner, and Bryant is out number 1. Javi Baez up now. 0-1 pitch. Another ground ball to third, and Baez is going to beat that one out. So infield hit for Javi Baez. Got something going here, guys. I'm not going to send... we're just going to let Trammell bat here. 2-2 pitch to Trammell, strike 3. Shoot. All right, so biggest at bat of the game, Josh Bell against Jacob DeGrom. 2 on, 2 outs. Cubs trail by a run in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 pitch. Bell hits it out to center field, and Marsh will be there and make the catch. Well, that's too bad. All right, so Sale is going to face McNeil. And McNeil drills that one out to left center field. That's going to be a leadoff double. Probably should have just brought Ferguson in there. But if you look at Sale's numbers, look at his ratings against lefties, and he's still really, really good against lefties. So, all right, so here comes the closer, Caleb Ferguson. 2-2 pitch to Pete Alonso. Strike 3. J.D. Davis now, 0-2 pitch to him. Strike 3. And now with McNeil still on second, here comes Marsh. 3-1 pitch to him is ball 4. Marsh has been a pest. He's gotten on base 3 times today. And here comes Rosario looking to add to the lead, and he hits a blooper out to shallow second base, and the Happ makes the catch, and that will do it. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. We still trail by a run. I got to get somebody up in the pen again. We'll get Betances up. Right, Betances? Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter because I don't have any lefties that I would want to throw in there. Yeah, I mean, it's Betances. I'll get Lugo up as well. May as well. All right, so they brought in Edwin Diaz, so we got away from DeGrom. DeGrom went. Let's look at the box score really quick. He went 7, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 6. He only threw 84 pitches, and they pulled him. All right, well, it's good for me. Edwin Diaz on the season, 3-3, 25 saves, 96 strikeouts in 55 innings. So here comes Taylor. 0-1 pitch to Chris Taylor. I went sit down the line. They were guarding the lines smartly, though. 1 up, 1 down. Miguel Amaya, as we're running out of chances. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Okay, pinch hitter. I believe Frazier can run into one. Not expecting it, but that's the hope. 2-1 pitch to Clint Frazier. He's hit out to center field, and Marsh is going to be there for the out. Going into the last inning. Bring in Betances. Betances against Sanchez. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. And Sanchez strikes out. 1 up, 1 down. They're going to they're going to take Diaz out. Excuse me, which could be good news for me as Guillorme comes in to pinch hit. Luis Guillorme hits a fly ball out to left center field, and the catch is going to be made there by Taylor. 2 down. Actually, I think they pulled a double switch. Yeah, they pulled a double switch. So Guillorme came in at shortstop, and Diaz is there. So Diaz will pitch the 9th. And who's up now? Jimenez against Dellin Betances. And that's a fly ball to center field. Hazley's under it for the out. Last chance for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 9th against closer Edwin Diaz. Cole Calhoun has come in to play right field. Luis Guillorme is now in at short. We have the top of the order, Hap Hazley Bryant against Edwin Diaz. Here comes the pitch to Hap. Strike 3, 1 out. Adam Hazley. 2-2 pitch to Hazley. Strike 3. On to our last out in the person of Chris Bryant. Bryant hits a fly ball out to left field. Basabe's there, and that will do it. So 97-win regular season ends in the National League Division Series as we fall 2-1 to the New York Mets. Well, that sucks. All right, so let's take a look at the box score. Not much to look at here. We only had 2 hits. Home run by Hap in the 4th inning, and an infield single by Baez in the 7th, and that was it. McNeil with a pair of hits. Marsh 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. DeGrom helped his own cause with an RBI single, and Rosario had an RBI as well. Pitching, DeGrom, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. Diaz picked up the save, striking out 3 in a pair of innings. On our side, Sonny Gray didn't pitch badly. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 5 1/3. Walked 3, struck out 4. Bullpen was solid as usual. 3 2/3, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Pitched really well, but we lose and our season comes to an end. So we will sim ahead here to, let's go ahead and finish the day. Well, that's disappointing. We had a really nice regular season, 99-63. And we just ran up against a pitching staff that was tough to beat. And yeah, New York Mets. I mean, I said before when we were looking at all of the team stats that that 1, 2, 3 of DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Scherzer was going to be tough to beat, and they proved that. All right, so let's go to playoff coverage and playoff tree. Let's go ahead and sim till the end of the season. So we got the Yankees and the Angels, the Mets and the Dodgers. This ends up a Yankee-Dodger series. I'm going to be really disappointed. Dodgers lead the Mets, Yankees lead the Angels. Two nothing in each series, which is a shame. Angels are up, or Yankees are up 3 games to none. Dodgers are up 3 games to none. Angels win a game. Mets win a game. Angels win another game. Dodgers are in the World Series as they take out the Mets 4 games to 1. Angels tie it up at 3. Are we going to have a repeat of 2004 here? Can the Angels pull off what only one other team has done? And they do. The Angels come all the way back from a 3-0 deficit to beat the Yankees 4 games to 3. 2004 all over again. Heartbreak for the New York Yankees. And I can't say I'm all that disappointed. And now we have a Los Angeles World Series. So that's pretty cool. The Angels and the Dodgers. Both teams will get to stay home for the postseason. I'm rooting for the Angels here. Good. Estevan Florial's eligible to come off the DL. And the active roster is full, so it's going to make me do this. Okay. Zach Short. Go to AAA. Playoff coverage. Playoff tree. Dodgers lead 1 game to 0. Dodgers lead 2 games to 0. Angels get back into it. They win game 3. Dodgers win game 4. Angels win game 5 to stay alive. And the Dodgers win the 2022 World Series 4 games to 2 over the Los Angeles Angels. Actually, yeah. All right, so it looks like we are going to sim through, or not sim through, but it looks like we're going to get to the off season. So I'm going to pause here for a second, and when we come back, it will be time for arbitration and free agency and all the fun stuff that comes with the off season. So we'll be right back. All right, so let's get right into the off season. I haven't looked at any of my messages yet, so I'm not sure what we have in the immediate. Let's take a quick look. This is all Nippon Baseball League. Let's take a look at what we have here. A lot of nothing. Yep, a lot of nothing. All right, so Chris Sale, in the least surprising news of the day, exercised his option. So he will remain a member of our team for the next couple of seasons at $27.5 each year, with a team option for that 2025 season, which will be probably not picked up. He wasn't bad, but his stamina is all but gone. So unless that miraculously comes back, you can see this is what we're going to get. About 5 innings a start, a little bit less than that, which isn't bad. But for $27 million, this was a risk we knew we were going to take. but it's fine. Marwin Gonzalez, he wasn't bad. Did what we wanted him to do. So I think we'll execute it. We'll bring Gonzalez back. Sonny Gray, team option for 12-7. I mean, I think, I think that's a no-brainer. I think we execute his option as well. Season goals, we made the playoffs. Amaya's developed into a good catcher, not top quite 6, but he doesn't have much problem. No improvement in stolen bases. Keep the discussion open with Dylan Betances. He wants us to reach all the same stuff. Reach the playoffs, upgrade a catcher, sign Dylan Betances. Now he wants us to acquire a power hitter. And we'll look at Betances. We'll see what he wants to come back because he has been really good in both seasons with us. He wants 10. Yeah, I don't want to pay him 10.5 though. So we'll see if that number comes down a little bit. Don't have a ton of money right now. So we might have to think about making a couple of moves to shed a little bit of payroll to give us some flexibility. There are a couple of names here that kind of pop off the page right away in Jonathan Loaisiga, Matt Barnes, and potentially Ian Happ. You can see Happ is going to want almost over $12.5 million. Loaisiga is going to want $5 million in arbitration. I may bring him back. We'll see. I'm not sure about him, but Barnes, somebody will probably look to move, and then potentially Happ. We have a lot of young outfield prospects, as well as Nick Gonzalez, who will be coming up next year. We got him in the Josh Bell trade, and you can see, our scouting accuracy is high, and he's pretty solid across the board. So we may plug him in at second base and just call it a day there. And then in the outfield, Adam Hazley may be looking to move, as we've got Brennan Davis, who's just about ready himself. Looks like he's going to be just a beast with the bat. So we have some decisions to make financially, definitely, with some of our talent. New budget, $230 million payroll, personnel leaving. I let Andy Green walk. I wanted to find somebody that you can see if you look at average influence and average relationships. So I wanted to find somebody who was better on the player development influence end of things. Top 100 prospects. New number 1 is Tyler Driver, 21-year-old right-hander out of the Seattle organization. AAA, struggled in AAA, but number 1 prospect in the game right now. The Cubs, where do we sit in the minor league system? This is what I wanted. We are 6th. Baraka's 19th. Gonzalez is 20th. Alex Bernal is an international guy, 30th. Mario Gonzalez is up to a 5-star. Wow. Yeah, that's a shortstop right there, guys. So we've got something to look forward to coming up in the minor leagues. And then the other 2 were arbitration, off-season, and arbitration. All right. So let's take a look at arbitration. Betances and Lugo. Yeah, both of those guys want $10 million, and I'm not comfortable paying either of them that kind of money. What does Chris Taylor want to come back? He was pretty solid, and that's a possibility. Does he want to start though? Start, and we'll see how it goes. We'll hold off there, and we're not going to re-sign Josh Bell as we have Rizzo back. That's a large amount of money that he wants. So Victor Arano, we are immediately going to save about $2 million there. Caleb Ferguson wants 3.4, so let's try 3.25. And I've said this before, but I do this so that I can get those bumps in fan interest when you because these are technically signed contracts, and it again gives you those little bumps in your fan interest. So Clint Frazier, I think we're done with Clint. I think he's 28. Only hit 234 last year. He's not making anything. 950 grand is nothing. Um, but am I going to have home for him with Brennan Davis, Florial? Yeah, I mean, we'll keep him and we'll see how. Because what I'm looking at doing is bringing up Davis, and then we've got Dominguez, who's going to start the year in. Oh man, he played really well in Double A last year. When I caught, I mean, 787 OPS in Double A as a 19-year-old. He's going to start there. Brennan Davis will be up. Garcia is going to start the season in Triple A, so he'll probably be up relatively soon. And I don't want to block either of those guys, but I suppose I can just keep Frazier up, and then if I have to waive him when the time comes or something like that, or I mean, this could be the end of Hayward, although he's still a pretty good defensive outfielder. Um, Thankfully, we get his contract off the books after next season. Um, so yeah, I think I'll just hang on to Frazier, hang on to Wright, and that brings us to Loaiziga and Hap. So Ian, what do we want to do with you? 28 years old. Had your best season last year. All right, I'm going to do this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? Start with regulars and prospects. Rather get a prospect, but if we can get a, solid starting pitcher, or I don't even know really. I mean, we're pretty much set at most of our positions. Starting pitcher, catcher, second base. We do need a couple of bullpen arms as Betances and Lugo are both gone, so we do have something we have to do there. It's all 2 and 3 star guys. It's what I was afraid of. Got here Jose Rodulfo, 22 years old. Could be a starter. Scouting on them is high. Talent to flourish in a key bullpen role. And I'd hate to turn around and trade Hap for a bullpen guy, but maybe that's what ends up happening. Go Baez. Oof. I think we have a winner, folks. I mean, he's a starter. He's absolutely a starter. Started 30 games last year, struck out 211. That could be it. And then we'll see what their. Maybe we can look to move Loaiziga out there as well. Let's take a look and see what else is available. Matt Chapman. Look at that defense. 100 defense. Sir Anthony Dominguez. Again, I don't really want to trade him for a bullpen arm if I can help it. Danny Jansen. Pretty solid catcher. But we've got a Maya. I think it's going to be the Yankees. Go Baez. All right, so let's do this. Jonathan Siga. Let's see what it's. Let's send him back to the Yankees. What do we want? What do we want back from the Yankees? Maybe? Ooh, very nice. Okay. We need a solid third base prospect. What else? Alexander Vargas. Scouting is average. Their scouting is low. He's been with the organization now for 3 years. Did pretty well in high A ball in limited time. Overall, 10 home runs, 30 RBIs. Just a 4-win player. Can already play big league shortstop. Add him. Close to being fair. Logan Bender, 24-year-old in rookie ball. Yeah, can give up Logan Bender. Yeah, I mean, I think this is it, right? Because they'll end up playing Hap probably in center field while they get the water ready, I guess, for Drew Waters. Or they could play him at second. We pick up Baez, who will move into our rotation, which we're going to need since Sale is probably destined for the bullpen. Edgar Castellano, who is a pretty elite level third base prospect, and a shortstop prospect who a good fielder, a good defense, a good speed, and the potential to have a decent bat. So I'm good with that. Let's pull the trigger. Fans did not like the fact that we lost Ian Happ. That makes sense. And a fan increase noticeably. Let's see what that does overall. Yeah, I mean, we're still at 100, so it's fine. And all of a sudden, we have almost $40 million to spend. So Baez is going to come up there. Don't really want to move any of these guys until. Where are the players I just traded for? Here. So, yep. All right, so Castellano. Start him there. We're going to start Vargas there. We are going to put Vargas on the 40 man because I don't want to deal with losing him in the Rule 5 draft. We will disable promotions on Castellano. I think Vargas should be up here. Here? Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to leave it alone for now. And that should take care of our arbitration numbers. Yep, Baez only wants is we're just going to offer him the contract 892. I just don't want to run into a situation where, he won 14 games last year, struck out 200, and he asks for $3 million and he gets that. So go to our pitching staff real quick. Baez in there. And Rodriguez, and that's pretty much our starting rotation. Sale's going to stay in the pen, I think, and he'll be a long guy. We're going to probably lose Betances and Lugo, so we'll need to make a move in the pen there. But let's go ahead and sim forward. So I'm going to sim ahead to salary arbitration and free agent signings. And we'll take a look back at the awards and stuff when I get to free agency. So back in a sec. All right, guys. We are back with some post-season awards. So you can see the American League Gold Gloves, Garrett Cole, Yasmani Grandal, Bobby Dahlbeck, David Fletcher, Matt Chapman, Adalberto Mondesi, Andrew McCutcheon, Byron Buxton, and Judge. In the National League, Hwang Hyung Kim, Austin Hedges, Ryan McMahon, Luis Guillorme, Nolan Arenado, Javi Baez again, Alec Thomas, Manuel Margot, and Mr. Harper. AL reliever of the year was Chad Green, 34 saves, 1.89 ERA. In the National League, it went to Mr. Kimbrel, 34 saves, 1.70 ERA. Davy Garcia finished second, 102 innings pitched, 174 strikeouts as a reliever. But they felt the Kimbrel season was better. So, all right. Jesus Sanchez traded for John Duplantier. AL Silver Sluggers, Adley Rutschman, Jordan Alvarez, Tetsuya Yamada, Vlad Jr., Wander Franco, no surprise there, Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Eloy Jimenez. And in the National League, Freddie Peralta, Keibert Ruiz, Pete Alonso, Brendan Rodgers, Chris Bryant, Fernando Tatis, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cody Bellinger, and Dylan Carlson. AL Rookie of the Year goes to Royce Lewis, shortstop from Minnesota. And in the National League, it goes to Kian Wong, a 27-year-old rookie with 306 with 12 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Christian Robinson was number 2 with 27 home runs, and Taylor Trammell finished third with his almost 800 OPS. So we'll take our rookie, thank you very much. AL Manager of the Year, Brian Nichols for the Angels. And in the National League, Dave Roberts of the Dodgers. Garrett Cole wins the American League Cy Young Award. 15-8, 3.58 ERA, 290 strikeouts in 221 innings. And in the National League, Noah Syndergaard and Jacob DeGrom finished second. Syndergaard 16-10, 2.82 ERA. DeGrom finished second. There are no Cubs on that list. AL MVP award goes to 21-year-old Wander Franco. Number 2 was 23-year-old Vlad Jr. Some good young players in the American League. Franco Jr. and Devers finished 1, 2, 3. And in the National League, your MVP, once again, Cody Bellinger. 4 years in a row for the 27-year-old Bellinger, who only hit 47 home runs last year and hit 330. Chris Bryant did not pick up a first-place vote, got 45 votes and finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. So there you go. There are your awards. So now we are on to arbitration. And no problem there. Wright received $850. Frazier received $950. Not a huge deal. Go on to free agency. See what is available. We'll take a look at our team, see what we might be looking at, and we'll go from there. All right, so international free agents. We'll start there. Well, that's disappointing. Whole lot of nothing. Free agents. Oof, look at this class, guys. Jacob DeGrom, Byron Buxton, Andrew Benintendi, Gene Segura, David Price, Gary Sanchez, Carlos Martinez, Max Muncy, JD Martinez, and Josh Bell. So let's take a look at our lineup. Oh, that's a mess. Let's just do let's do this. So we don't really need to clear all the lineups, but so we've got Amaya. Our first baseman will be Riz once he's back. In fact, let's just do this now so that I don't forget. Not that I'm going to forget about Anthony Rizzo, but Rizzo is our first baseman. Right now we have no second baseman, so Bryant's going to be at third. Baez will be at short. Left field will be... Davis, right? Is that what we decided we were going to do? Brennan Davis will be in. Let's do this. We'll start him in center field in the post in spring training, and we'll see if he gets a bump there. But for now, he's going to be our left fielder. Hazley is our center fielder. Trammell is our right fielder. So second base and an outfield position. We've got Florial to back up. We're fine at catcher. Gonzalez is that utility guy. If we look at pitching, we are pretty much set in the rotation. Bieber's numbers, man, they're starting to plummet. That's really concerning. All right. So Gray, Archer, Baez, Rodriguez, and Bieber. We need a bullpen arm or two. I mean, do we make a push for DeGrom? Some good names in there. We make a move for Benintendi and move Brennan Davis to center. All right, so let's see. DeGrom wants $40 million, though. 5 years, almost $200 million. A lot of money. All right, so let's start here. All right, so top two names on the list: Max Muncy. He's not really a second baseman. And Gene Segura. Segura would be a nice add, but a lot of money, compensation. Yeah. If we're going to sign somebody, it's going to be a placeholder for 1 year until Nick is ready. Freddie Galvis. Anzer Alberto. Not a star-studded second base class by any means. We could bring Starlin Castro back. Jorge Mateo. Jason Kipnis I saw in there somewhere. He's getting up there in age, right? Gordo Escobar. He's got a good bat, but he's not really a second baseman. There's Kipnis there. He's down to 2 stars. All right, so nothing there. Let's take a look at our outfield situation. Benny only had 261 last year. Can play a solid left field. 13 million. I don't want to pay him 13 million. We don't really need an outfielder. And I just got done talking about how I didn't want to block any of my young up and coming outfielders. So maybe we just go all in on the pitching staff and just get what we can get out of Nick Gonzalez. I mean, he's already up. I mean, his numbers have increased since the end of the season. Maybe we just go all in there. Let's move Gonzalez there. We stick Gonzalez at second, and we do that, and then we just generate. So we got Marwin Gonzalez backing up at all of your infield positions. Florial can back up at all of your outfield positions. Frazier will be that pinch hitter. Yeah, I mean, I think We've picked up some depth in the minor leagues here. Really solid depth. I'm excited about Castellano. You'll have to forgive my voice tonight, guys. We roasted marshmallows outside as it was about 75 degrees and sunny out today, and had to get the fire started. And I inhaled a whole lot of smoke, so my my throat is struggling a little bit right now. But we will move on. So maybe, yeah, maybe we just go all in on the pitching staff, and we try to sign a big name pitcher, and you know maybe we move one of these guys. Maybe we look to move. Not that anybody want him. His contract is going to get increasingly complicated. There are a couple names on there. We can get Loisiga back. Um, wow, I didn't expect this. Not expect this at all. Brian Mata. We could get really cheap with Mata. Um, Back end of the rotation kind of guy. He's only 23. Oswald Peraza. Yankees keep trying to on that guy off on us. Julio Ramos. Hmm. Half star, but his ratings aren't great. Junior Fernandez. Maybe this is our bullpen upgrade. I mean, really, the Cubs and the Cardinals making a deal, though. I mean, here's my concern, though. I don't want to make a run at someone like DeGrom, not get him, and then we traded Bieber, and now we're even shorter. Yeah, on the mound than we currently are. So let's do this first. So at least I know that's there. I mean that I kind of like that. Let's do this. So let's look at starters. Wow, it's DeGrom or bust, isn't it? All right. That's disappointing. Nola. His numbers have dropped significantly. Rodon, Tanner Roark, Jose Quintana. I mean, do we make a run at DeGrom? Could we go 4 years with the last two team options at like, that right? 35? I mean, does he take 4 years at whatever that is? 35 million a year? Let's see. Okay, so he doesn't mind the 4 years. He just doesn't like the options. What if we did one team option? Made this one a. Let's do that as. Let's see if we can do a team option and a vesting option. There we do 200 innings pitched. That at 35. He doesn't take this, I'm going to hold off for a week or so. I don't want him to get crabby with us. Yeah. So he doesn't like the options. You take 3 years without an option at 35. He's angry with us. All right, so I'm going to take a bit of a break. I don't want to lose out on him. I want to get a shot at him here. So, all right, so I am going to pause here. We're going to sim ahead to the Rule 5 draft. We'll see what sort of moves are available, if we can potentially lock down DeGrom for a couple seasons, or we've got a big depth pool, so we'll take a look at some pitchers, see what we can find, and we will be back in, well, for you it'll be just a second, but for me it could be an hour. So see you in a minute. All right, we are back, and it is time for the Rule 5 draft. But before we get into the draft, we did make a couple of deals. It wasn't working out with DeGrom. He's still out there, but as you can see, he doesn't want to talk to us. I tried to offer him shorter deals. I offered him a 3-year deal. I offered him a 2-year deal at significantly more money. Offered him a 4-year deal with a couple of options. I just couldn't get him to bite. So, and once he locked us out, I decided that I couldn't wait any longer. I needed to go find myself a pitcher. So we did eventually find ourselves a new starting pitcher, and you may have seen it there. But we made 2 trades with Tampa Bay, and the first one was Nick Anderson for 21-year-old minor league infielder Aaron Bracho and Clint Frazier. So a couple of excess parts for a 32-year-old pitcher who didn't get his start until he was 28, but he's closed for Tampa Bay the last 3 years. Has thrown at least 60 games in all 4 of his big league seasons. Big strikeout numbers, gives up a few too many home runs, but big strikeout numbers, good control, and he will slot into that setup role for us. The other deal we made with Tampa, a little bit more significant. You can see here Blake Snell. He was actually the secondary piece. We had initially put Shane Bieber. We offered up Shane Bieber to see what we could get, and Tampa came back to us with Austin Meadows. So initially I'm thinking, all right, well, Meadows is a great hitter, but he can only play left and right. I've got Brennan Davis in left, and I've got Trammell in right. So where am I going to play Meadows? So I said, all right, if I trade for Meadows and I put him in left, then I move Davis to center, what do I do with Hazley? Well, what I did with Hazley is I added him to this deal. I added him to the deal. I asked for Blake Snell, and I got him. My thought process behind this in terms of Tampa's side of things is Snell's contract is up at the end of this season. He is going to be he's asking for $20 million a year for the next 9 years. And Meadows is actually has an opt out after this season, which he will no doubt take. If you look at his contract, he's only making 8.3 this year. Next year he's making 12.2. If he opts out, he'll probably be making twice that. He could ask for 22 to 25, I would imagine, being only 27 years old. So 2 players that Tampa was going to have some difficulty signing, and in return they get Bieber, who's obviously not as good as Snell, but he's younger and he's locked up for the next 5 seasons. And Hazley is only 27 years old, and he is still, I think he's 26 years old, and he's still arbitration eligible. So I hated to give up Hazley. Played really well for us for 2 seasons, 7.5 combined WAR, but we get the opportunity to pick up somebody like Meadows and then add in Blake Snell to improve the rotation. Couldn't pass that up. Just couldn't pass that up. So we will now head into the Rule 5 draft. So let's take a look and see what we got. I did poke ahead, but Rule 5 draft usually goes pretty quickly. So we are 29th. Look, there's some decent names here. Ornelas has been in the Rule 5 2 or 3 years in a row now. I wouldn't have a spot for him, but a good bat for a team that needs a young outfielder. Let's go ahead and draft to our pick. See what's there. All right. So did anybody take anyone? Ronaldo Hernandez, Garrett Whitley, Ronnie Mauricio from the Mets. Pitcher, and first baseman. All right. So let's see if there's anything here that we want. I mean, we're pretty well set, I think. Oof. 21 years old. Howard to unleash his obvious talent. I mean, this could be the end of the road for Jason Hayward. And he's only 21. High scouting, which means these numbers are probably not that far off. Can play all three outfield positions. Is a switch hitter without much of a split, which is nice because I can match him up with Florial and run with 5 outfielders this year. It's one of the benefits of having Marwin Gonzalez as your utility infielder. He can play every position. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to take Deshaun Knowles, and this is going to be the end of Jason Hayward in Chicago. Let's go ahead and complete the draft. I mean, we'll wait, obviously. Someone could get injured between now and the start of the regular season, but see what happens. So, all right, Hall of Fame voting. We'll do Hall of Fame voting, and then I will sim ahead to probably the end of spring training. We will cover any other additional moves that were made, set up the lineups, set up the pitching staff, and then we'll call it an episode. So, Carlos Beltran, yes, one of the greatest nicknames in all of major leagues. Saturn Nuts. Those of you who are unaware, this nickname was given to him by Curt Schilling during the 2004 playoffs, telling everybody that he had nuts the size of Saturn. So there you go. Mark Burley, I'm going to give Mark Burley a nod. Longevity, especially this time, these days, winning 215 games, 45 WAR, 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover. I think Mark Burley's a Hall of Famer. I'm going to vote for Folke again, just because I got to vote for him every year. Todd Helton is an interesting case. Obviously, his numbers were skewed a little bit by playing in Colorado, but the numbers don't lie, and those are the numbers he put up. And because those are the numbers he put up, I'm going to vote for him. Tim Hudson, Torrey Hunter, Andrew Jones. I'm going to vote for all of them, even though none of them are going to make it. I think they're all, especially Andrew Jones. I mean, come on. 450 home runs, 10 Gold Gloves. I mean, he was the best defensive center fielder in baseball for 15 years, and that counts for something. Jeff Kent, one of the best offensive second basemen in the history of the game. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Andy Pettitte. I hate the Yankees, but I got to go with Andy Pettitte. And Manny. Is there anybody else here that should be on the list over any of them? No. I mean, maybe Vizquel. I like Vizquel. Again, 11 defense. To me, defense matters. And he won 11 Gold Gloves. He had almost 3,000 hits. And Omar Vizquel deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But we'll vote for him next year. So we're going to submit the ballot. And that's going to do that. So, all right. So I'm gonna sim ahead to the end of spring training, unless something goes sideways between now and then. We'll set the lineups, we'll set the pitching staff, and we'll call it an episode. All right. It is a couple of days before opening day. We have to send some people down. We had some injuries during spring training that are going to hurt a little bit. Eduardo Rodriguez out for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks with elbow tendonitis. Caleb Ferguson, our closer, is out for a couple of weeks with shoulder inflammation. Keegan Thompson is a minor leaguer, and then Hayward's back tomorrow. So let's take a look at, we've got 36 players, so we got to start cutting some things down. So let's do this. So Abbott's going to go down. Ryan Jensen is going to go down. Braylon Marquez is going to go. They're all going to go to AAA. Whoa, Marquez is out of options. That's a problem. All right, so we'll hold on. So we got 14. I got to send one more pitcher down. For now, let's send down Wyatt Short. Oof, this is going to be a problem. Michael Kirian is going to start the year at AAA, but he's got some pretty solid numbers. He'll be my first call up if somebody's hurt. So this is what we're going to go with as a 5-man rotation for now. Snell, Gray, Archer, Baez, and Thompson. Let's see what it wants to do with the pen. Nick Anderson is the closer. That's fine. We're going to put Davy Garcia back in as the stopper. Eighth and close. Yeah. That bullpen is a man short. That's going to be a little difficult. Kyle Wright set up. Alzolay middle relief. We'll run with that, and in a couple of weeks we'll have to figure out what to do with Marquez. Do we put him on waivers? Do we try to deal him? Do we deal somebody else? Just give it a couple of weeks to play out here. So we got our 13 pitchers, so that gives us now 33, so we got to send down 6 batters. So Rowdy Reed is okay. This could be the end of his time. We're going to place him. Actually, can we get anything? Let's see. Yeah, we got some names. I mean, at this point, it makes sense to trade him for anything. And if we can get a 2.5 or 3-star prospect, somebody that we'd have to put on waivers, I think it makes sense. McConnell's not bad. He's a good defensive infielder. Might do that. Questionable work ethic. I don't like that. Maybe we go catcher for catcher and pick ourselves up a new backup. Marco Hernandez. No. He's already 24, though. Where was that catch? No, I think, you know what? I like the deal with Kansas City, this one. And let's just look. I like to use this to see where we're weak. So if we can get a reliever, a left fielder, or a third baseman, that might help. Not joking. It's fine. We're just going to do this. All right. So we pick up Brady McConnell. He's got to go. I don't have to put him on the 40-man just yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Dominguez, I think he's earned the right. I'm bouncing around here a little bit, so bear with me, guys. So we're at 32, so we got to send 5 more people down. Howlett, Javier, Garcia, Lopez, and Vargas. Don't need to keep up, but do I really want to? Don't need. I mean, he's better off in the minors, but I don't need Hayward. I want to keep Knowles up. Orial is my main backup. Gonzalez can play first, second, third and short. And Short can play the infield positions that Gonzalez isn't very good at. So I think that's the right number, right? Oh, or 27. All right, that's it. End of the road for Jason Hayward. That gets us down to 26. We'll have some issues in on the pitching side of things once we get Ferguson and Rodriguez back, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's clear all lineups, clear all depth charts, batting ratings. All right, so for the first time in a while, we are not going to have Ian Happ batting leadoff for us. So I think the Trammell's time to shine. I believe it is. Taylor Trammell's going to bat leadoff for us. 2. Do I want to go Bryant, Rizzo? We're lefty heavy right now. Who do I want to bat second? Do I go Brennan Davis? Do I go Trammell Davis like that? I mean, good gap power against righties, pretty good contact, decent power, decent eye. I think I'm going to do that. And then third is going to be Austin Meadows. Yeah, Austin Meadows against righties is a beast. Better than Rizzo. Oops. Better than Rizzo? He is. All right, so batting third is going to be Austin Meadows. Batting fourth will be Mr. Bryant. Batting fifth will be Riz. Batting sixth will be Baez. Man, that is a good 1 through 6, guys. Batting seventh will be go Amaya. Do I go? I think we're going to go Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to bat seventh. Amaya will bat eighth. So let's see how they want to do that. So Naylor. Yeah, see, I don't want Brennan Dave. I don't want those guys as the backups. I want these guys as the backups. And Deshaun Knowles. Yeah, I mean, we'll get him in once a week or every week and a half. This in terms of pinch hitters. Man, I hope he turns out good. I mean, he's already a good defender, good base runner, but if those stats are real, we just got to steal. So we will copy the lineup, paste, and I don't know if we're going to stick with this, but copy the depth chart. Paste. All right, so against lefties, what changes do we want to make? I don't see no reason why Trammell can't still lead off. Yeah, I don't see any need to make any changes to the lineup here. Yeah, we're going to stick with that. Go here, and we're going to paste. Paste. Depth chart. What did I do? Copy. Paste. All right, so against righties, we will have play Florial in center, and we'll make Davis the DH. Get Knowles in here like this, and that gets him a little bit additional playing time. Something like that. Go to lefties, lineup, depth chart, and we're going to stick Gonzalez in there as the DH against lefties. Go with that. So, Trammell, Davis, Meadows, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Gonzalez, Amaya will be our starting lineup. I like that. So So let's just do this really quickly and see if there's anybody we want to move around. Vargas. I think he's going to get the start in AA, but we are going to take control of that. Brady McConnell. We got him in the deal. Blakely. Blakely's going to start there. That's where I want him. Castellano. That's where I want him to start. Buddy blowing me away here. AAA Dominguez is going to get the start there. His numbers are starting to drop a tiny bit. But we'll see how this year goes. Hopefully he can bounce back a little bit. Garcia, I think, is becoming trade bait. He's got some good power, but he can only play right field. We'll see. Colton Kessler is good there. And we've got Eduardo Lopez coming up behind him, who's going to pass him. It's going to pass Garcia really quickly. Doesn't have the power, but got a good bat, great eye. And he's a better defender. So we'll start him in AAA. Start him in AA, I think. Let's take a look at our international complex. Mike is going to come out. Stick him there. Gonzalez is 18. Yeah, let's give him a shot. Let's bring him out. Put him on one of our Dominican Summer League teams. Baraka, same deal. Now we have to take over the promotions for those guys. I don't want them getting bounced around. Bernal, not ready yet. Chacon, not ready yet. Okay, so that is our opening day lineup. So that's going to do it for this episode. When you see us next, we will be at the end of April. That episode will probably take us through the trade deadline. And we'll see how season number 3 goes for us, right? Is this season number 3? Yeah, season number 4. Oh, we're on to season number 4. How time flies. So we'll see how season number 4 goes for the Cubs. So if you like what you saw, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And until we talk again, everybody take care. Bye-bye.